Let me go on Instagram and go live. I'm live. So welcome everyone. Yes, so we are live now. So you have to confirm I'm going live on Instagram. Let me see. Okay. Yes, we are live on Instagram. Confirm that we are live on Instagram. You can confirm. Check. We are also live on Twitter. Yep. Yes, we are live on Instagram. Yes, we are live on Twitter. Um, who is calling my life? Okay. Okay, so we are live. Let me confirm YouTube that we are live and then we can get started. Who is this person? Okay, let me see. We should be live by now. Ah, mm, okay. Okay, guys, welcome. Let me confirm. Please, if you're here, let me know with comments. Yes, let's start seeing people's comments. Okay, Ken, yes, Ken is here live. Baba just came with questions straight. Please, do I need IELTS to apply for Russia? Baba, calm down now. You just start now. Okay, guys, good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you guys are. This is the one again. Me, I'm not the regular influencer that will be doing introduction, blah blah. Me, I say the way it is. I beg all this. You are welcome, everybody. You are welcome, everyone, to Japa episode 3. We've done episode 1, we've done episode 2. This is episode 3, and the aim of this, actually, I need to re-emphasize that is that people draw inspirations from people that have gone ahead. I have a whole lot of people that I look up to for at every stage of my life, and I learn from people. Yeah, now that I finished my PhD, now I'm learning from other people on how to navigate life. Yes, Damnola is here. Dami, I'm adding you up to the stage. Good to
Yeah,
finally see you. You are inside the car.
yes,
Yes, I. Yes, good to see you finally.
yes. I had to use
Yes,
my
so I was
phone.
about. Yeah, I think the phone will be better. Phone will be
Yeah,
better.
I think my browser and my
All right.
laptop is set not to allow camera and microphone. I don't know how I did that.
Ah, Oga, now. Okay, so let's start. All right, guys. So welcome again. So if you are here, please on YouTube, please. I want to see your comments. Chioma, I can see your comments. Chioma, hey, good evening, Dion and the team. Thank you very much. Please, if you are here, I want to see as many comments as possible on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. So I was saying that why I'm doing this is because a lot of people don't have reference points when it comes to encouragement, especially for people that wants to go through one stage or the other. A lot of people usually have issues like that. So, and if you have gone through something before, it's just normal, and it makes sense that you make the information available, for people. So that's why we're on this episode. And we are doing this episode for just 2 months, June and July, because that's when my people will be ready. By August, like this, everybody know they prepare for fall. Especially for my people who are still in school, yeah, and all of that. Yeah, yeah. So that's why I'm bringing as many people as much as possible. So I allow them, see them, they are very beautiful. Anybody you know me with me, they must be fine. If you are not fine, you cannot be my friend. That one's constant. Even if you have all the, if you have all the brain, if you have all the brain in the world, if you are not fine like this, I cannot be, you can't be in my corner. It's not possible. Go and check all the ladies that you know with me, they're always beautiful. Yes, so you can see them that they are really, really beautiful. Their broad weather is showing on them. So allow them to introduce themselves in no particular order. So the way we do it here on this platform is don't share everything first. Just do a normal introduction of yourself, a bit of your background, how we met, how you knew me, how the whole story started, how you jackpot, blah blah blah. 5 minutes, then we'll now dive in deeper into important issues. And I know three of you very well. I know you guys are like me. You say the way it is. No need to be speaking too much English. Say it the way it is. So yeah, so let's get started. Who is starting?
I mean, I can go.
Yeah, please go.
Okay, yes.
I know Mutiat's story is long, so
Ah,
Oh God.
okay. Hi everyone, my name is Joyce Adiola Kanyolua. I
Okay.
am a PhD student in the Department of Global Gender and Sexuality Studies at the University at Buffalo. I had my master's in women's studies at the University of Alabama. I had a master's in English at Adeleke University and a bachelor's in English at Adeleke University. I am a graduate fellow here at the University of Buffalo in my stipend, and I also have a fellowship. So, um, what else? I was looking through my Twitter the other day, and I went to D1's my message with D1 just to see or to remind myself how it actually started. And I think I sent him a message, a DM, asking him about my dad. Actually, I think he wanted to write a cover letter or something, and I needed his advice and stuff. And I told him I'd written it. I sent it to him, and he helped me to go through it. That was maybe 2019, and then in 2020, I was already tired of being in Nigeria. Like I really wanted to leave. I was, I mean, I don't want to say I was doing well. My parents were still funding my lifestyle even after school. And I was like, that's not supposed to be the way. Like, I was just so tired. And I reached out to D1 again, asked him, oh, I want to travel out of the country on student visa and whatnot. And he said, oh, he has this group where he mentors people. I'm like, "Ah, okay, I'll do it." And it was paid. So just let me put it out there. It was paid, but I thinking back to how much I paid then, which was I don't want to say how much I paid, but compared to now and the things that I have gotten, in fact, I'll pay more more than that if I were to go back. So, and I met incredible people on the group. We learned together, and he said we should not say everything, but yeah. So
yeah.
my initial point was the group, and I really, like I said, met awesome people that helped me through the process of how to write SOP. I mean, people used to complain then that SOP, I did too, that SOP is very hard and difficult to write, but now I can write SOP with my eyes closed. And coming up with an academic CV, which I didn't even have an idea of what that meant before. But I gained enough knowledge, and he helped me, and I'm here. So that's just a little bit.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. The first observations, I thought it's buffalo. So it's buffalo. Ah,
It's
omo,
buffalo. It's
omo.
buffalo.
It's buffalo. Ah, jeez.
No,
I know
yeah,
Sabi. Ah,
buffalo.
okay. Ah, I've been telling people University of Buffalo. Ah, oh my God.
Hey,
Shame on
God.
me. Shame on me. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. I've learned that from this conversation. Thank you. You know that I always like to learn every time. So who's going next?
I think I should. Okay.
Okay, so Mr. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. It's really good to be here. My name is Mutiat Hosman. I'm a current PhD student in data science and analytics at North Carolina A&T State University, and I completed my master's in statistics and data science in North Carolina A&T State University as well. So, but prior to all of this, my let me dive a little bit about my academic background. So, prior to that, I completed my bachelor's degree at University of Ilorin, Better by Far, in statistics. And before then, I had a national diploma in statistics from Kwara State Polytechnic. So it's been a long journey anyway. So I'm sure maybe in the midst of the whole session, we get to talk more about that. But that's just it about the academic background. And talking about how I met Dr. D, because that's what I call him now. So it was my husband actually that, because I don't used to be a social media person, or let's say maybe I'm more familiar with Instagram. I don't do Twitter because I feel like that place is a little bit toxic. Anyways, so my
Yes.
husband found out about Dr. D and he was like, because in the midst of the whole Obodion left and right, I was still reading at home. I would still carry laptop and be studying. And my husband is like, you like book too much, this girl. But with the book, all of us we understand everything as it be for Niger. So even
Yeah.
having a first class degree was not enough to get a job. I tried everything possible to get a good job, but it didn't happen. So, and yes, in the midst of all this, I was always taking courses online, just try to get my head busy. I was a proper fashion designer in the midst of all this. I was sewing clothes and then yeah, so my husband,
By the way, you sold like 3 or 4 clothes for me. I still wear
yes.
them. Very nice.
And I'm still doing it now anyway. So yeah,
Yeah.
so my husband found out about Dr. D's Twitter page and he was like, oh, I think you will find this resourceful. I mean, coupled with the fact that you're always on this academic path. So then I joined one of his sessions. I've always been joining ever since my husband told me about his platform. I've always been joining. So, and then immediately I joined, I always try to request for access to ask question on the live session. But unfortunately for me, I never got the chance. So what I do is every time I join a session, I will start requesting for mic immediately. Even as the session started, please may you reach my turn today, I beg. So I think one faithful session like that, he had other people from Canada, he had people from the UK, like just different countries, Finland and all that. So they were all there. And then immediately I request for mic like this. I just say, hey, they accept my mic. Say, hey, Baba God, you reached my turn today. Oh, I was so happy. So then I joined and I just introduced myself. I profile myself because I know what I carry, like my profile, academic and all of that. And I was even directing my question to the UK, I forgot the doctor, what's the name of the doctor, the one in the UK, he's
Benedict.
Benedict.
Is that Benedict?
Directing my question to him that day because I had funding in one UK university, so I was trying to think. And Dr. D was like, with this your big profile, why are you looking at UK? No, 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 no. You need to go to US. US is the right place for you. In fact, are you sure that all these things that you said you've achieved, do you have evidence? I said, Now wait till do I have evidence? I say, okay, send me an email, show me all this evidence, and that will be it. So long story short, that's how I became a member of his private mentorship group. And to now call the blockbuster was I did not pay for it because he gave me on merit base that with this profile that you have, I think you're going to get into the US. So and then I joined the group and then I met amazing talented people. One thing I learned first was your degree was not enough to get you into any program, to be honest. You can have a first class, you can have a 5.0, it's not enough. You have to mix with people that they can mentor you. How do you even profile yourself so that it shows that you have these skills that you have? So yeah, so I met this amazing set of people. We became like family. We talk about our progress, and yes, here I am today. And I guess as the whole thing carry us, you guys will get to hear some of the kids. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Damilola. Yes, it's
Okay.
time. And you look on.
Good afternoon,
Yeah, let's go.
everyone. I'm Ilalafa Committee, and
Yes.
currently I'm a master's student at the University of New Brunswick in Canada. And I had a background in physics. I have a BSc in physics from Nigeria, Federal University of Ekiti. And okay, that's all. Now I'm taking my master's. That's for academic. How I met D1. I met D1 on Twitter. I'd already gotten like a few scholarships. I got one here at UNB. I got a few at US. At that time, I think I also got one other scholarship, and I was looking for advice. which one should I choose? Which one should I go for? Then how do I go with the visa processing? So I was just online looking for information. Then I saw deal one. I was like, okay, if I message this man, oh, maybe go he help me. So I sent a message to his DM. He said, send me mail. He always wants proof first. Let me see the proof. Okay, okay. So I sent him a couple of the admission letter, the sponsorship and scholarship offers.
Is that from my end?
No, it's from my end. I think it's network from my end. Joyce, can you see her?
You're muted.
Oh, sorry. I think it's from Dami's end.
Oh, okay.
No, I see. I think it's from Dami's end. I think it's a network. And I'm enjoying the story. It's in the enter my
Me
body.
too.
Hey!
Yeah.
Okay, so why we wait for her? So let me start from Joyce. Why we wait for Damilola so we don't keep people here. So in your opinion, what do you think? I, I don't write, you know me, I don't write questions. Everything comes from my head. There's no need, I don't use scripts. So I don't use script. So in your opinion, what do you think is the reason you got scholarship? What was your story exactly? How did the scholarship come about? So that
Okay.
people can learn from the story.
Okay. I think mine is not all that straightforward. So I wanted to go to Canada. Like I really,
Mhm,
really wanted to go to Canada. I don't even know why. And then I applied for two PhD programs in Canada. I
mhm,
had already applied, and then it was a time when University of Alabama was doing this application fee waiver, and
mhm.
one of my friends was like, "Ah, apply now, like there's nothing stopping you, like you don't have to pay, so you don't lose anything if you don't get the admission." And so and then I already knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to do women's studies, so I looked at the school, I found the program, and then I applied. And I wasn't expecting anything from it, so like, because that's the only school that I applied to in the US. And the two programs in Canada made those applications just three applications that I did for graduate school. So
Okay.
I didn't get the one in Canada, and I wept. I
Wow.
wailed because I paid up, like I was really invested in going to Canada. Um, so I didn't get it, and then I just went about my normal life, normal activities. And then one day I received an email that said, preparing to resume. And I'm like, preparing to resume, okay.
Wait.
How, how I even got the admission? And then I researched, and then I realized that I had gotten the admission like 2 or 3 weeks before then.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So
And you're not aware.
yeah, I didn't know, and I was just like, oh wow, okay. But there was no funding. So I remembered when D1 said, oh, after getting admission, you can still reach out to some professors on campus and whatnot. So I reached out to one of the professors in the department, and it felt like everything was going smoothly. Apparently, maybe I was just oblivious to the fact that it wasn't happening, or maybe I was just carried
Yeah.
away, or maybe I don't even know what I thought. And
Yeah.
I realized, okay, there was no funding, like at the later part end of it. And I told my parents, they were not happy, they were sad, but I was like, God, I'm tired of this country and I need to get out. I don't know how it's going to happen. My parents were worried. I said, see, I will go to the embassy, I'll pay everything, all the fees. Don't worry yourself. If I don't get it, I don't want it to be like I wasted your money and anything did not come out of it. So I'm going to do this process myself. And thankfully, I went to the embassy. When I got to the embassy, the first thing on their door, on the wall, was the US stands against female genital mutilation. I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay now.
so every question I was asked at the embassy was and the responses that I gave made it so that I was so invested in gender inequality. I mean, that's what I wanted to do. So every every questions that I answered was, I was finding a way to chip in female genital mutilation.
Nice.
Oh,
and and then I heard, oh, you got your visa. I was so excited. And then I told my parents,
Nice.
I'm like, okay, whatever comes out of it, yeah, you're responsible for everything. Everything else, I'm done. I need to get my flight, so you're going to do all that. So when I got to school, I had some money that I brought from Nigeria actually, and
Mm-hmm.
I was, but I didn't know how I was going to get the rest. But I said, okay, if I use this money to pay part of the fees for maybe the first semester, I would like continue and find a way around it. My cousins, everybody in the US, my family members were like, "Womo yi, olaya o." I'm here already, so it's going to work. It's going to happen. So
Yeah.
got to school, and then my roommate asked me. She was like, "Do you have funding?" I said no. Ah, she was like, "You don't have funding. How? How did you even scale through embassy?" Explained everything. She was like, "Okay, we are going to help you find funding." A part of her was like, "I'm sharing an apartment with this girl. If she doesn't pay,
how you
then,
could.
then what am I going to do?" So she was really invested. She's now Dr. Tolu Kwesoni. So I shout out to you, sis.
Nice.
So she was the one who then encouraged me to, like, she was really after my, like, she was on my life. Like, you need to get this funding. So along the line, she saw, she was on a group, and then on the group they asked, the department was looking for funding. So someone put it there, like they were looking for a research assistant rather. So she told me about it. I was like, okay, I'm going to go
Yeah.
to the office the next day. She said, no, you're not going the next day. Write an email now. Send your email to the, and that was like the first month of resumption.
Mm.
So write an email and send it to the
Mm.
man that is looking for students. And then I wrote the email, and then I got a response. Oh, I'm forwarding your email to the program director, blah, blah, blah. And that was how I got funded for a whole academic year.
Wow.
I till today I saw that
Wow.
man once. That was the one and only time he responded to my email.
Wow.
He gave me an assignment for the first semester. The second semester, I was even looking for him. Sir, I'm back again. Oh, till today, that one did not respond to my email. So that
Wow.
was how I got funded. So my department then told me, okay, now we have funding for you for the next academic year. So that was how I had funding for. I didn't do my first year, maybe one semester, I did one work. And the second year, I taught with my department, and that was just it.
Mm.
So what question did you ask again?
Oh
Okay,
my
you said
God.
how
Your
did that
story
go?
is really, really inspiring.
So that was how it went.
Yeah. So yeah, but I think you answered the question. So I'll come back to me here. Jamila, you were saying something before. What happened to your phone? Hope 419 did not connect the phone.
You're muted.
Yes, you,
Okay,
you
so
can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
I've done that. If I tell you, you're not gonna believe, but
Muted,
my
that means you're
phone
muted.
overheated. It's overheated.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I don't.
Ah, I
The
see.
temperature right now is 26. Can you believe that?
I, I see.
So
I
that
hope
was
you are
what
not the one
happened.
driving, yeah?
No, no, I'm even packed because I can't drive. I'll go after the program.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So
So,
yes, as
yeah,
I was
so you can
saying,
continue your story. I was listening to you before you said.
okay, yes. Okay, so as I was saying, so I needed advice, on where to go, how to get the visa process started and whatever. So I started looking online. That's when I saw the one, and it was like, okay, send proof. I sent proof. I sent, messages, mails, and all documents to show that okay, I had these admissions and fundings. It was like, okay, now we can talk. I said, yes, sir. So he said, this is what I'll do. You have two options. Choose from the two. I said, number one. He said, do you want to use your head to do the whole thing? or you want somebody to do the thing, to do it for you. If you want to use your head, fine. I'll tell you how to. If you want to pay, well, your choice, but I think you should be able to do it yourself. If you really got the scholarship yourself, then you should be able to do the visa application yourself. I was like, hey, if I do this thing myself and it fails, I'll not forgive myself. Oh. The one said, don't worry, just do it. If you need help, contact me. I was like, okay. So he sent me some, information that I need to get the visa processing started, and I started. And when I finally got it, I DM'd him that, oh, I got it. He said, you did not even ask for my help. You see, I told you can do it. So he actually encouraged me to feel like, okay, I can actually do this process by myself. Because me, I would feel like, okay, let me just pay and have it done. I wanted to pay. I tell him that maybe I should just pay. He was like, did you get the scholarship yourself or somebody did it for you? I said, I got it myself. Then do this thing. Don't be lazy. Do this thing. And it's worked. Thank God and thank him. So with his advice, technical information, I used them all, and yes, I was able to get the visa. So then I got to Canada with my funding, and when I got it was difficult, and I was like, I was regret. That means maybe you should have gone to the US, so things like that. Then I called the one again. That the one maybe I should have gone to the US. So it's like, did you not pray before calling? The one believes in God. I said, I did better. Hey, don't worry. Just that is how it is. The first phase when you get to new location, you move abroad. It's not always as easy as you think it would be. So I was like, okay. So I managed. I started, and thank God, at least I found my feet here in the department today. So it's fine.
Yeah, if you didn't like that, you're gonna use this kind of car. It's me. Look at Okay, yeah,
I
that's
learned to
fine.
drive
Thank you.
here in Canada. I never learned to drive in Nigeria.
Me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
did.
learned to drive
Yeah,
here.
that's good. And nobody will teach you. You have to learn. You have to learn to drive. You have to learn to
Yeah.
drive. Thank you very much. So let's go to Mutia. Mutia, so the same question I asked Joyce is what I'll ask you. What do you think? I know that you have very good profile, but what do you think is the exact factor that made you get this scholarship? What are the combination of factors that you think is, yeah, of course we know the God factor, but I mean, what are the combination of things that you do that you think that is responsible for your scholarship? And what exact scholarship did you get? Let people know.
Okay. So I would say preparedness. Even
Okay.
before I started the whole thing, I've always been prepared because I
Mm,
usually say that when you get that chance to talk, what are you going to say about yourself? What have you done? There are tons of
mm,
resources out there that you don't even have to pay a penny to get
mm,
certified, to have the skills. But like I said, it's always our choices on what we want to do. You can spend hours on Instagram checking apropos waiting no concern you. Go on YouTube. There are
Throwing shades.
millions of resources. Like for real, millions of resources you can well documented that will equip you. And when you talk, you are talking from a place of knowledge, not just talking.
yep.
Even if you have professors in the room and you are talking and making references, they will know that this guy is smart. So I would say
Yep.
preparedness is number one. In your waiting period, you have to be preparing yourself. It will not be easy, yes, but you have to have that strength to
Mm,
strive. You have to have that strength to know that when the opportunity comes, what am I going to tender? Let's take you back
mm,
on my journey when I met Dr. D. The first thing he asked me, evidence that I have been doing something that I said I did. I sent him, now
mhm.
let you first see that I have a lot. It's something I've done. It's because I do have it. I've taken so many courses with
Mm.
certification, so I can easily send these things as proof. Now let's talk about the application phase. When I met Dr. D and then I
Mutia, please, before you for continue, I
yeah.
need you to let me find somebody exactly like you. I miss being with you. I need to let me find somebody exactly like you. I
Okay.
want to tell you that I forgot. Yes, and bring that person to me. Yes, you can
Okay.
continue.
We'll put it in the notes. All right. So,
Yes.
like I was saying, so when I got the chance, I proved myself. I like making an impression. If you have gone through some rigorous steps to have the certifications that you have now, you will know that that boldness has to come because it's not a play. Learning is powerful. That's what I say. Anytime I want to talk, I'm not talking because I just want to open my mouth. I'm
Yeah.
talking from a place of knowledge. I will reference for you and let you know that go and check this thing is there. And of course, you have to that all these things will command respect in whatever space you are in, academic workspace, because they know that intellectually you are there. So yes, I did talk about preparedness. Your preparedness comes with what are the things that you are doing right now. So when I got the chance, I met with like-minded people that are like me. And these people are going to be like helping hand that are holding you. Because at times this whole thing can be overwhelming. Applying rejection, that one I water, you go enter. You go take rejection. So it will get to an ex and say, is it like my profile is not good? You will question a lot of things. Yes, it will happen. But like we always say, we said we just need a single yes, and that will change your story. You just need a single yes. Even if you have 10 offers with 10 fully fundings, you can only pick one at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's why when those rejections are coming, go back and go and refuel your energy. Go and start doing other things to equip you. So Dr. D, when I started my application, had gone several offers in the UK. Even with funding, I got an international excellence scholarship in the UK. But my husband is very intentional about the US. I think it was more of a dream than it is for me. It's like, Amalo
Yeah.
UK. No, cannot go to UK. Like, let them give you full funding. We are not going to the UK. It's either we go to Canada or we go to the US. And I said,
The
okay.
US.
So it was a driving force for me at some point to and say, I can do better. My profile is too good. So I can actually choose the best. But even in the midst of my profile is good, I got rejection letter. So I say, hey, waiting then they find for my waiting then they find for me to qualify. I check the eligibility I am eligible. Why am I not getting this thing? And then you will get to another
Mm.
phase where you will be getting admission letter. But you see that one day, you go just
They're not gonna
you know
give
go
you.
just call. You go the
Yeah.
refresh email, you will not see. Like I said, don't give up. So the first funding I got was from not um UNCG, University of North Carolina in Greensboro. And the first time, because that my department, they know they give funding. They know get funding for that school. I was supposed to go
Yeah.
for computational mathematics, computational statistics, PhD program. So
Mhm.
I sent an email to one professor in the department. And then after he checked my profile and everything, he said, oh, he'd like to meet with me. I said, okay. Then we had a meeting. He said, let me know you. You see, when you give me that chance, let me know you. Baba, you go know me, oh, because I will take advantage of that opportunity. Now you go tell me, say you don't do. Okay, okay, I think I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Because I don't suffer today, read today. So I will make you know me. You have to know me. It's a must.
Yeah.
I will give that impression you. So when we had that meeting, it's like, okay, I think this is good enough. So what do you currently do? I know right now I'm engaged in project online that I'm doing. When you are talking about work-wise, I'm not working. I'm a fashion designer. I told him I'm a fashion. You do fashion design. See, there are levels you get that you don't even have to lie about what you are doing because these people
Exactly.
intentional. In as much as we know how as they be for our country that we are going through a lot.
Yeah.
When you have some certain skills, even if you are not working, you
Yep.
can tell them because they need that skills that you have. So let me tell you what is so unique about my
Mhm.
students. This man said, okay, currently the department does not even have funding, but I
Mm.
should apply for the application. I should go through the application and submit, and then let him know. So after I
Mhm.
completed the application, I
Mhm.
went back to him to update him that oh yes, I've completed. He said okay. Now when the offer letter came in, I did not see funding. I sent him an email that oh I did got an offer. You appreciate them that at least somebody that is giving you an audience. You have to you know, appreciate that. And then I told him that, but I did not get funding. He said, of course, that he's aware of that, but that's something they are willing to work on. So he said I should proceed with my visa application, that I'm going to get the funding, that if I get into the country, I told him that it's not wrong. You know, oh, shit, if yeah, yeah, my friend, it's not a yeah. Sometimes the cost of attendance be revealing 50 something, and you say I should just go and tell them like that. You don't know these people. One man help me, they will not give me. I told him they will not give me. He said, "Oh, Tia, just go, just go." I mean, you see this whole thing. It's not even about hey no me more be I'm smart. You see that embassy, you get some powers where they will shrink your
Yeah.
life. When I go
Yep.
there,
I agree.
speak Isote, it be like say me and visa officer, I be like say na battle. I say, oh, I will do this for you, build one network for you people that will make your life. I just they connect the door, connect. I've done my research. She said, oh, because this cost of attendance. I told him that I can even show you email confirmation to tell you that these people are going to give me funding on arrival because that's how the program is. Oh, she said, it would be good for them to see because anything that's not showing on the I-20, they don't really. I say, I me, me, me. At the end of the day, she rejected us that I should
Oh,
go
Oh
and
my God.
you say, oh, I went there 5 times. My sister will go, oh, drag it. It's not play. If your dream
I
is not,
remember.
it's not
I
a dream
remember.
because you're going to give
I
up.
remember.
You will be frustrated. The
I
system
remember.
will deal with you. Anyways, round one, I got rejected. I went back to that man with anger. I told you that this is my country. They know they hear. They will not get said, okay, they are going to have a meeting in the department and see what they can do. So they gave me funding. They said, oh, yeah, go for the second one. Now that you have funding, Loriere, I
Yep.
rescheduled another appointment. Me and my family, blah, 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 blah. We went there. Guess what? They did not
I
give
remember.
us.
I remember.
They told us
I
again.
remember.
What do you people want, Tori Olorun? I have good profile. I have one. The money is there. I went back to that man that I was denied again that because I had deficits. Of course, I have kids. I have my husband. I have a son and I have my husband. And he was like, oh, okay, that they will see. So in the midst of that, because the man was so interested in him, he said I should enroll as a student. So I'll be taking a course with him remotely. But when I come to the school, I'll transition so I won't have to take that course again. So let me tell you, the first exam I did with him, I had 98 over 100. Instantly, he sent me an email, I need to meet with you. See, this life, when you get opportunity, you need just one person to fight your battle. They will carry your matter for head
Yep.
like this. You just need to show them that you are worthy of that. That is very
Yep.
important. How will you show it? Skills.
mm-hmm.
See this
Yes.
rigorous process that we went through in university. You'll be taking 7 courses in Nigeria and you will score A parallel. You think it's a joke? That is
Right,
how our blood
Mm.
and
right.
so there's no way we cannot succeed anywhere. I tell people, go back to Nigeria. The way they train us, you will survive. That man met with me.
Exactly.
Oh, that is even more interested in me. I should walk him through this. I said, I will teach you like I'm. You see, this teaching something is in my blood. I started teaching him. He said, oh, wow. Okay, I will see what I can do about the funding. Guess what? They gave me more funding. I
Mm.
went there again. They denied us.
Ah.
I say, it's cuckoo okay. I did not want to go back and tell the man that he denied me again. I was so sad. Dr. D is always there. I will open my mouth and cry, say, hey, Temima, what happened to me? What did I do to these people? So I said, okay. So there's one professor in Canada that he was so interested in my profile and he said, okay, that they don't usually fund master students in Canada, but they will see what they can do. That I should apply. So I was like, she will now give up with US and move to Canada. And then because these two countries they share database, so I
Yep.
feel like it
Yes.
affect my visa application to Canada. So I feel like let me just see what God will do with this US. And then I have a couple of friends in the US that they kept telling me that it's okay. Good things doesn't come easily. But you see, it's easy for people to
Yeah.
preach you that you are the one at the receiving end, financially, emotionally, will be traveling, me they no carry us, go cost person head sef, that one's every day. My sister, I
Yeah.
wanted they denied me. I said I'm not going to this school again. Then my friend suggested
Yeah.
that why not apply to another school in this same Greensboro city? And I said, me, I don't want to do anything again because now I'm going back to square one application. I'll still look for funding. I beg me, they no kill me. You know, like, let's see. I will even pay your application fee because I know how much you've spent millions of naira. Because I was doing this. Imagine if I had paid for this service, I was doing everything by myself and it was taking a lot of money from me. Anyways, I went ahead and applied to the school. In fact, the moment I applied, I told the professor I reached out to that I needed to confirm if they have funding first before I pay the application fee. If you no get funding, I know they even stress. Let me just know my struggle. The man said, oh, I should just complete. I told him it's not about completing the application. Do you have
Mm.
funding for international students like me? So after I submitted the application, when offer letter came, no funding. I sent him an email. But I made my point clear. Like I was so direct. Like, we say waiting, Baba Namo. I said, I mean myself, I'm going to, this is taking my money. Then he just copy my email, copy all the professor inside that they should all look into it. I think a week after that, I got funding. I say, okay, now we are here. They even gave me enough funding, and then we strategize because now I'm changing. U.S. embassy, you cannot just say, "Oh, I get another offer." Oh yeah, I get you more. They will question your life. Say now they play tete. So because we don't give you that time, you say why you they switch school, and then that time I was coming for an applied math with concentration in statistics and data science. So I needed one transition from a PhD to masters. You understand? So it was a lot of battle, but eventually on the fifth attempt, we go out. Now, what type of funding? They gave me a graduate assistantship for a year because it's subject to renewal. So if you're not in good academic standing, they will not renew. You know how they, I say that one, no worries, just move down. So immediately I entered the school. The first thing the department chair said, "Oh, the lady always with the email." Oh yeah, I am the lady with the email. So and then we got started. Because he knows me, I will use email to finish your life. Everybody, I will join all your head inside one of the person must answer me. I need answer, please. My life is at stake. So yeah, preparedness, God. Hey, you see that God factor? Because even now I'm grateful to God that it happened the way it did. Guess what? The department that was supposed to do my PhD in computational statistics, the department is no longer, they canceled the department. So what would have happened to me in the midst of my PhD
Oh
program if
my.
they did cancel the department?
Wow.
Oh my.
So there are some things, that's why I said God factor, we cannot move it away. You
Right.
have to feel like in as much as you are
Mm,
putting effort, you have to, because God has that we want and He knows the best for us. So and then
mm,
the way I am in the department, oh God, I am so important. And it also impression is important. Impression is
yep.
important. You have to set that pace. So yeah, so to answer
Mm,
the question, I'll say preparedness. You have to, if your dreams should be big enough for you not to give up on it. I could have given up. I've seen people now, I will talk to them, they say they deny me once, I'm not doing it again. So now once they deny, you don't want to go again. Your dream is not big enough. Go back and get an answer.
yeah.
Go back. One day they will look at you and they will be tired and say, Sha Koshi, just take and go in. And
Yep.
that's what me I need. So Sha Oshi, Sha be me mo, eje mi ma, my back. So
Mm,
people don't want to go higher. They don't want to push it.
mm,
Once they get rejected,
mm,
maybe you're applying for admission, you keep getting rejection, and then at some point you feel like, whoa, this thing is still not big enough, my dear. You keep going because
yep.
when you experience first year success, you will not remember all those pains, all the struggles again. I tell people in university,
Mm,
PhD,
mm,
put in the effort. That's the best you can do for yourself. Get that good grades first. Forget Nigeria University. It's not Nigeria University that all of us we pass through that got us here. Education is never a scam. People that are
yep.
saying that you don't want to reap the fruit of education, that's what you're saying. You should never be a part of that conversation.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, so let me not take the
Mm.
whole thing. I guess as the Lord is leading us, there's so much. There's so much we can learn. So thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So let me go to Joyce. In US, and your department, I know that you. What are the challenges you've seen? I know you are doing your doctorate degree now. What are the usual challenges of international students in US generally? Challenges ranging from culture, school, mixing with people, fear of what happens after schooling and all of that. So what can you say about it, especially US? And I'll ask Tammy too, for because two of us we are in this Canada, so we can answer it together. So Joyce, yes, you have the mic.
All right, thank you. So one thing that I have learned, or one thing that I saw that people actually made reference to, was this idea of racism. And
Mm,
sometimes I think maybe people just they hear a lot of things and they just make that their reality. Like my uncle would say, your perception becomes your reality. So I
yep.
have a different kind of perception, right? Um, the University of Alabama actually helped me a whole lot. Like I cannot say I can't tell my story, like the story of my life, without
Mm,
always making reference to the University of Alabama. Because I
mm,
would say that's a very good space to be if you're just leaving Nigeria. Like that school,
mm,
because they help you change whatever mentality that, or maybe I just see it that way, but that's the experience of myself and a lot of other people, my colleagues that we attended the university. And one of the reasons is because we have a vibrant international office that are always on top of things. So when things
mm.
happen or when things are expected to happen, they're always there. Like they're quick to say, quick to put out messages. They have a special kind of love, I don't know, for international students. Maybe because some of their brightest students are international students. And without
Yes.
mincing words, yeah, the likes of Dr. of Dr. Okafor. So they already put the school on a map, and it was really great for the university to tap into that. So we have a great
Yeah.
connection with the international office. We also had a vibrant African Student Association that was ready to help and assist whenever you had challenges. Plus, we had Tuscaloosa International Friends. Before I got to Alabama, all the
Mhm.
things that I needed were already provided, like my furniture, my bed, everything that I needed
Nice.
was already set. So it gave international students a different kind of transition from that idea of people are not supportive. But we gave and it was great. So
Mm,
I think
mm,
like I was saying the perception is very important. If people have been telling you things, don't act on it. Like see it yourself,
mm,
experience it yourself first before saying this person said, because it's a different experience for everyone. So the another thing
mm.
is culture shock, which no one can even there's no way you can run away from that. It's inevitable. You're
Yeah.
seeing one country, you have to be dressed from head to toe, and then you're coming here, and then you're
Yeah.
seeing people just living their lives, and you're like, what's going on
What's
here?
going on here,
Or
please?
you have PhD, or you have graduate school events, and then you're seeing salad, you're seeing pizza. In fact, I think I ate pizza once before in my entire life before I left Nigeria. And then you're wondering, you're like, when they say there is food, is this what they call food? Or summer, it's sunny, but you still have to carry jackets because the halls are cold, classrooms are cold. So all of those things they need time getting used to. And I think one of
Mm,
the greatest experiences that we had was the Tuscaloosa International Friends, because they paired international students, willing international students actually. We got paired with like an American. So we with that we are already getting a little bit used to their lifestyle, because they invite you into their homes, they ask you questions. Like they're very like I don't know what word to use, but they're very interested in you.
mm,
Not because of anything, but just
mm,
because they want to see you acclimatize well. And
Mm.
so all of
mhm,
these things we got used to. So there's no way the culture shock would not be there, but at least we had people to help us through that phase. Another thing is
mm.
um, I think we are always too exposed to as international students, because when you think of
Okay.
the rivers and the oceans that I have crossed before I got here, the several times that I've been rejected at the embassy. So I need to work hard. Like I need to maintain a certain GPA so my funding is not withdrawn. So we tend to be more focused on that, and then
Exactly.
don't mix with people, especially in terms of taking up leadership opportunities. And I mean, just having a good time with the people in your department. Like if they ask you to go out with them, I want to take your money, because it's not like they're paying for it. They're just inviting you out. Some people actually
Yes.
learned that in a very terrible way.
Wait.
So
Yeah.
we're so engrossed and we don't mix up with people, and also because we already have a
Yep.
perception, and it's
Yep.
I say it loud and clear that it reduces your chances of getting anywhere in this country, because if you're only relating
Yep.
with the people that you came with, people that you know,
Yep.
you will not get that exposure
Mm-hmm.
that you need. I remember there was a time in
I
Alabama
agree.
where the dean of graduate, is it associate dean of graduate school, was asking me about why we don't have like international students in positions of leadership, and I'm like, it's not our fault, sir.
Mm,
It's because
mm,
we want to read. We don't want to be distracted. We
mm,
don't want our GPA
mm,
to go down or stuff like that. But then
mm-hmm.
it debars us from certain things, and I am
Yeah.
glad I was the first international student to be on the Graduate Student Association board at the University of Alabama. And now I can tell you that the board has the president now is an international student. We have like four other international students on that board. So we're now getting into, and the good thing about international students is when one person enters a space, it
Mm-hmm.
gives other people the courage to do so. I mean, that's from experience.
Exactly.
It gives them the opportunity to say, oh, okay, this person has been here and it was all good for them. So it gave other people that chance as well. So I would just say that, I mean, and transitioning into University at Buffalo, I mean, it's the same. I met Nigerians here, like a lot of Nigerians, and we are still trying to get used to the environment and the system. But if you're lucky to be in a university that takes that has the interest of international students at heart, then you're great. If you
Mm,
don't have a lot of international students, you can make yourself stand out. And one thing I've learned here
mm.
is asking questions. If you ask questions, no one will see, even if they see your question as stupid, they will not show it, but they will answer you. So asking question is maybe one thing that we might not be used to back home. Like you don't want to, it's not like you don't want to challenge an authority. You're not challenging. You just need things to be made clear to you. And just like Muti had said, when they saw her, you're like, oh yeah, the one with the emails. Let them see you like that. Let them see that you're receptive. So even if they
Yep.
had a perception about international students, you would also be the ones to change that narrative.
I
My
agree.
my first class in the United States was horrible. I
Yep.
didn't know they had an elevator. So I climbed so I climbed the stairs to the third floor.
Ha.
By the time I got to the
Hey.
floor, I was breathing like a sheep. I'm telling you, like I couldn't breathe. As soon as I opened the door and then I saw so many eyes looking at me, I just closed the door. Like I didn't know, maybe I was scared. I just did not know. But I was just so disoriented. I went into the class. I was still breathing. I sat on the floor. Like for my first class, I was on the floor because another reason is I'm also asthmatic. So it just
Mm,
like that panic attack and everything just was just a lot. So I didn't enjoy my first class. Plus, I didn't even hear what they were saying. So it was a lot for me to handle. After the professor asked me, "Oh, what's going on with you?" And then I explained, and then she was like, "Oh, we have an elevator." And then she took me there. I saw it. And now, if you ask me to climb steps in this country or stairs, you will not meet me there. I'm always on the
ah.
pavement. So that space was also there to connect with the professors on a different level. So they know that you're an international student. They know that you're still dealing with things, but they are willing
Mm,
to help you go through it. And I think that's one of the greatest blessings I've ever encountered in this country. Seeing people who are there and ready.
mm,
So yeah, culture shock is there. Challenges will be there. Hearing accent and everything. But if you are lucky to have that space where you have people to talk to, please do it. If you have to go to therapy to get through the challenges, please do. I've visited the therapy like maybe once or twice. before, and it really helped. So there are so many things that I would say, but I just want to like stop there. But another thing is community. You are not here alone. You will definitely find at least one Nigerian, at least one in your
At
space, and
least, at
at
least
least
one.
at least one. And the idea that, oh, Nigerians don't want to talk to you, reach out to them on LinkedIn, they don't want to, yeah, it can be. You can go through that. But then when they see you there, they also know that, Yusuf, you know small. The way you came here,
Yeah, exactly.
too. And we are both in this school together. We are both doing PhD. We are both doing masters. So it will give you. That's also a leverage. Yeah, some people will not answer you, but when they see you, they know that you have also achieved something. So if it is at least that one
Yep.
Nigerian student that you find, you relate with them, and things will be better. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Dami, we are both here in Canada. So what can you say about, I mean, what's your experience? I'm sure I think you're still a master student. What has been your experience so far settling in New Brunswick? I know that New Brunswick is just
Hmm.
like, mm, it's just like one town. It's like one town in Ilorin. That's the way I can say I can rate New
Um,
Brunswick to New Brunswick.
well,
Because New
yeah,
Brunswick
you
population
are
is not up
right.
to, are you guys up to 20,000? I'm not sure.
We should be now.
Okay, should be now. Okay, I should try.
Yeah, because
Try.
there are lots of
Try.
immigrants that have
So I
moved
mean,
in. So yeah, we should be.
okay, so what has been your experience so far moving to New Brunswick in Canada? What has been your experience so
Well,
far?
when I moved in, it was actually not too nice. I see the first wahala that I encountered was accommodation. Because my school, they don't
Mm,
arrange for accommodation. So when I was coming, I already had an accommodation. I arranged with someone, they got me a place, and but me, my Nigerian spirit, I was like, Mamoju Midebe, let me see what I'm paying for.
yeah.
So even though they did videos and whatever, I was still like, a person don't come scam me for this, And the bad thing was that I was even moving from Peru to Canada because I was in Peru for a kind of
Wow.
internship. So I was not in Nigeria. So
Yeah, I remember.
like I was, I was not really, I was working hard when I was planning my relocation. I was very busy in
Yeah.
Peru because I was like doing the internship. I had to meet up with, so it was very busy. So, but I made the arrangement though. As I entered though, I went to the house. They said since I did not pay, someone else got it. I said, maybe people made me paid like a particular amount, like that amount is to retain it, to like come. They asked me, they said, where is the document? I said, hey, wait, they don't scam me with that. I thank gosh, and a small scam. I said, okay. Then I started looking for a place. I got somewhere. I was paying daily fee. You know how that would be. Like it is even more expensive than
Ah,
Airbnb. So that was my first problem. And the fact that New Brunswick is like a very small province. They don't even have the I don't know, the accommodation at that time was not enough to like take everybody that was coming in. So it was a little bit of a
exactly.
problem. Do you know I looked for accommodation for like 2-3 months before getting a place that
Wow.
matched both my pockets and my needs at the same time. So accommodation was a
Mm,
problem, but the situation
mm,
with accommodation now has been resolved. We have like a lot of places now, so that has been resolved. So people coming in right now would not have much of a problem. I see my own university. Yeah,
okay.
I don't see racism at all. Just like Joy said, I think it's the way you paint yourself. If you have that perspective that they'll feel like you're black. Yeah. Sometimes even if someone give me negative vibe, I'll just be like, oh, but I don't even take it to heart or whatever. So, and the culture shock actually was not really the weather was not really a shock for me because thankfully when I moved from Peru was in winter. Peru is in southern hemisphere. So Peru was actually
Yeah.
during winter. Like this time now it's winter in Peru. So I've had like, although the winter is not like Canadian winter, but at least it's winter. So I've had like an experience of 3, 4, 5 months of cold. So when I entered here, me, I thought it's the same level of code. Say winter now winter. But when I got, I still say winter past winter. So I I was like, okay, I would be able to cope. But when winter hits, when this thing hit, I know say, okay, something happened. So that was actually the weather was not really comfortable at a point. It got to a stage that I was not able to, I won't lie to you, I was not even able to go to school. Like, whenever it's
Mm.
snowing, I get scared. Do you know what that means? Like, and it snows almost every day. And whenever it's snowing, it's like, for me, it's like entering into the rain. And I was new, no car, nothing. I had to walk to school, walk to the bus stop, get a bus, whatever. So that was a little bit of the difficulty. I missed classes once in a while, but thankfully the professors understood. I was like, okay, it's scary. But someone was like, how can snow scare you? I was like, bro, even rain, they scare me. Oh. So, things like that. Snow scared me. Oh, yes. In fact, I remember there was a night I dreamt. For you to dream about something must be in your head. I dreamt that snow fell and the snow crushed on me. And the snow crushed on me and I couldn't stand up. That was how much fear I had in my in
Wow.
my heart. So and but you see now,
Mm.
sometimes I even intentionally don't go out in my car. I'll just be like, oh, if it's snowing, let me just feel the snow sometimes. So I mean, I get familiar as
Yeah.
time goes on. That so the weather is another thing. Then one other thing that was good for me is that I'm able to get African food here. So to me, food is not.
Oh, really?
It's still
There are
just
many African food.
yeah. It's just as usual. Like I really don't feel like, oh, I don't have what I'm used to eating. I eat amala every day. I eat amala this morning. I eat amala, fufu, semo, pounded
Ah,
yam.
that's
I
good.
think my I
Oh,
think my local
oh,
food.
it's 90.
So the food culture isn't really this thing. But one of my greatest challenge when I got here was accent, bro. You see, personally,
Yeah.
I can't do two things at a time. When people write their CV, they will say multitasking, they will say work under pressure. I never put that in my CV. I cannot work under pressure. Don't pressurize my life. I will tell you, I want soft life. Me, I can work under pressure or I can multitask. What should I be multitasking? I said, give me one task, I finish and go to the next task. So for me, even in Nigeria, if you are talking to me and someone else is talking, I can't actually. There are some people they'll be able to understand two people. They can hear you both and still reply. Even in Nigeria, I can't do that. My mom will be like, concentrate. I'll be like, it's only one thing I can concentrate on. So yeah, imagine language. And the actually good thing about here is that there are lots of immigrants amidst the professors. It's not like there are many accents that you need to learn. There are Indians, there are Africans from different African countries, not Nigeria. You know,
Mm.
there are Canadians, there are a lot of people. So if I learn Indian accent today, I'll be like, okay, I think tomorrow I should understand better. It's a lie. Maybe it's a Kenyan professor that will talk to me today. And then the other day it's an Nigerian professor, different accents. So that was a serious problem for me. So what I started doing was I started asking for permission. Can I please record your lecture, so that I can go over it again? Because here you can't just record things like that. So I started requesting for permission if I can record the classes. So I usually start recording it. Then I just play it on my way home, with my earpiece, and I listen over and over and over again. I make my notes, and that was how I got over that challenge. Until at least now, if then they talk, I still they hear them now. We don't better because before it was so bad. I had to listen over and over again. So that accent is my greatest challenge when I got here. Then another thing is, just as someone mentioned, if you actually need to see a therapist, you should. I've never seen a therapist before. And that is because
Yeah.
when I was in Nigeria, I had like a number of professors that I was close to. And when things get hard, I still go back to them and talk to them. And these people are people that have been outside the country before, and moved back home. So they'll be like, okay, this
Mm.
is what to do. But if there is nobody to support you, the truth is that you need a therapist, because I don't know how things just work here. It does not, I don't really understand. When people are in Nigeria and they are moving here and you're telling them that it is not easy, they'll be like, there is nothing that I cannot cope with. You see me, I have a friend that said, say, what is there? You know what I don't face for this Nigeria? You know what I don't face? See, now my friend got here And one day she told me that last night I was thinking, and it felt like the fan should just move. And I was like that. My point is
Ah,
that it is not always that easy, right? We feel like, oh, because we have gone through a
yeah,
lot in Nigeria, we feel like, oh, there is nothing. But to be sincere, the
yeah.
difficulties here is kind of different difficulty that is new to our system. And, may take a bit of a toll on our body, on our health, on our mental health, and so on. So if we need help, I think we should seek for the help because there are people here that sometimes we misunderstand people. Sometimes they misunderstand us too. Sometimes you feel like, for example, me, I got on a probational admission. I didn't want to come here because when they said probational admission, I was like, which kind of probation? I get admission for another school that they did not put me on probation. Why are they putting me on probation? But I was in my mind, I was like, I will go and shatter that their probation, that their nonsense probation. I will shatter them. Okay. So I came here, because I was supposed to do that probation for 1 year differently, then start my master's 2 years after. So my course is supposed to be 3 years. I was like, me, I cannot do
Mm-hmm.
master's for 3 years. How will I do master's for 3 years? I will just go to one of these universities where I got scholarship in in US and do PhD. So I said I will rush all my probational courses because I had prerequisite to take. So I would do it in 1 semester. That was what I thought in myself. I rushed the rush. When after I rushed the rush, D1, I told D1 one day that D1, I want to change to PSW. D1, do you remember? D1, D1 said, why? Are you not passing? He said, send me your results. I sent my results. You know, the problem was that, in Nigeria, I used to make like A's. Yeah, I was not making like B's. And I was not like, my brain when I was coming, I was like, I'll be making A's, right? I was not like B's. D1 was not like, okay, calm down. Go back instead of rushing all these courses. Because me, I was thinking in Nigeria, we take 4, 5, 6 courses, right?
Yeah, now
See,
it's in
yeah,
credit.
their curriculum is bigger. Their curriculum is heavier, it's fuller. So just instead of trying to take everything, just they gave you time, use the time. So I was like, okay, next semester, instead of taking a lot of courses, I would say to bro, I made A's. I was like, yeah, here I come.
Nigga.
So yeah, so sometimes too much expectation might actually affect them because I was like, the idea that you these people, I will shatter
I
you
will
in
tell
Nigeria.
you.
Say where we say things no idea, but it actually didn't work that way for me. I know it works for some people, but it didn't work that way for me. So until I actually
Yeah.
lowered everything down and I took just few courses,
Yeah.
then yeah. So another challenge that I know here is that when I came here into New Brunswick, there was this students who they have courses. And everyone was like, even me, I was like, oh yes, that was one of the reasons why I actually wanted to finish on time. So that's But the policy has changed now.
Yeah.
So that is no more in process. So that is another challenge. You have to start looking for a different way to do that.
Yeah.
So that is another
Yeah.
challenge that is presently at hand in New Brunswick.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, you've explained it. I know all of this. The fact that I'm involved in you people's life is always baffles me. How did I have that time? How did I? When you are, when you guys are saying, I was like, it's true. It's true. I mean, I was facing my own schedule, but I
Exactly.
still have time. I still have time for people.
You're the
I
one that
don't
brought
even
us
know.
here now. Why will you not abandon us?
You don't know we.
So I was like, oh, it's true. So it's why you say that I remember, because I've actually forgotten all of these things that three of you said. So you say, do you remember that? I said, okay, yes, it's true, it's true, it's true. And so I'm really happy to hear, this good news for, people. So let me now go back to Mutiat. So Mutiat, if anybody is coming to US, what's your advice now, as it is now, because of the present, in quote, issue that is happening? What do you advise people, anybody coming to US now, in terms of both preparation, in terms of their scholarship package, preparation in terms of what they should expect, and what has changed in the last 1 year is really important that they know what's happening. So, what
So,
should be the expectation?
hmm. So based on my experience, something happened in my second year of masters. So they had a new policy for international students, and
Mhm.
they completely stopped funding international students. Imagine you giving me fund. You know when they give you a funding package, is usually a year package, and they will tell you that it is renewable as far as you maintain your
Yeah.
academic standings and based on funding availability and all of that. So in the second year, they had a new policy that said, stop funding international students. We want to focus more on our students because they notice that they're spending so much on international students than they are on the Americans. So yeah, so that was
Mhm.
when I got that email. I think I was helping somebody to do something. I said, please, I need to sit down. Let me read this thing like ABC. So I started reading that. They now telling me that so you use money to bring me enter. What will now happen? Where will I see over about 30K? How where so it was a lot. So the first thing I did was I started sending email to my professor. Like I said, make an impression. When you're in that class, part of when you were talking about the challenges, we feel intimidated a lot whenever we are in this country
People are
outside. See, there's a reason why you get that admission. If you are not eligible, they will tell you to go and do US equivalence degree. So your degree is
Yes.
exactly as a US citizen. So don't you ever feel
Exactly.
less. They did not do you
Exactly.
a favor. They find you worthy
Exactly.
because you have the. If you did not have the requirement, you will never get the admission. So you see that funding that they gave you, they know that you can deliver something. They are employing you to do something for them. I don't think people are getting the logic enough. We are very grateful people and they love it. But don't make it seem like maybe you will not work for it. It will come with your
Yep.
you were so lucky when you told me about that professor. Oh, you will work your blood and sweat for that money.
I
It
am
is
doing it
not free. It is not free. So we need to start embodying what we have and don't
Yep.
make I nobody can intimidate me. I got a
Mhm.
privilege to work in a very big space one time. It was full of white people. The first question they were asking me is, how did I even got the offer? I was like, girl,
Got it.
it is merit based. My prof, you can never intimidate. I don't care. See, you can never intimidate me. You are in your lane. I'm in my lane. Don't mix it up.
Yep.
If you have a reason
Yep.
to clash, you will see who will survive. Baba, no go there. So we were in a meeting, and this guy tried to shock me because I was talking about something very interesting, and the professors were him. And they're like, hey, Muti, I think you're getting talking too much. What they're asking, ni woba sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn." Immediately I said, after the whole thing, before I said, can I come in real quick? Hey, I will need to address something. I said it in the meeting. You don't are you the
Hey.
moderator? I ask her, are you the moderator? You don't do that. You don't shut people up when they're not talking to. Was I talking to you? So girl, please. She apologized to me in that meeting. I made her do that. The professor told her, you need to apologize to her. But if you're not loud enough, nobody is going to address it for you. You don't let some certain
Hmm.
things go. You have to go back and address it yourself. Nobody is going to carry
Hmm.
your matter for it until they see you and how you carry yourself. That's what we immigrants we don't understand. We feel like because we are here, they are doing us a
Hmm.
favor. They are not. You are building this crazy model that is going to do a lot of wonder. That is not free, baby. So you need to own it.
Yep.
Another thing is we
Yep.
do so much work and we don't publicize it. I don't want people to
Yep.
hear my story. Well, Sir General Dubai, my dear, somebody will talk about that your work and will take the glory. So learn how to
Yes.
whatever role you are doing. LinkedIn is there. Go and put it there. Instagram, push yourself out there. Let people see what you.
Yep.
They cannot steal your work like that. But if you are there, I better go. You know we are Nigerians. Village people should not come and catch me. Let me not talk about my story. My sister, you will not go far. This their system is
True.
not built in that.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah. True. True.
you can be in a settings, a meeting, you will be saying the same thing. Another fro will be saying the same thing that you are saying, and they will listen. When you were saying, my sister, you were not loud enough. Open your mouth, let them
Yes.
hear you loud and clear. Oh,
True.
the point I'm trying to make, and they don't like, I think when you say I think nobody's
No.
going to fall for it. I
Yep.
this result has proven that this result has shown that let them know that
Yep.
whatever you are saying is coming from a result that you have an evidence for. But I've
Even
seen
if you are saying nonsense, be bold.
I think that because daddy will continue thinking, yeah, you will think alone because nobody will embrace whatever you are saying. They want people that
Mm-hmm.
have confidence. I've read that a lot about their system.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you are saying,
Mm-hmm.
but make sure that whatever you are saying is real. Oh. When they ask you to go and bring your evidence, you will sweat, my sister.
Yep.
Something happened to me just yesterday and today. So my thesis, my master thesis that I submitted, they're trying to review it. And then my professor just sent me an email that, oh, that he noticed that I made some changes in a particular section that he wants me to provide the paper. I said, oh, I read how many papers? I can quote about 20 papers in my head because I read it. So people think, in as much as we have these amazing tools that can help us, you have to still put in the work so that when you talk, they know that this guy is doing the work. He knows what she's doing. I told him, this is the paper. He told me back. He said, thank you so much, Mutiat, for this clarification. I don't know what setting it was at that time that he needed that clarification, but I clarified with proof. I gave him the paper. The paper exists. Go and check it. It's in one of the top journals. I read it. So we need to be loud enough. The way we were raised, especially we women, I must say, swing, we will not open our using bedroom voice. America cannot work with bedroom voice. Louder, my sister, let them hear you. Because you have to talk in that settings. They need to hear you. You will be in conference. You will be presenting as if you are presenting to your husband in the bedroom. My sister, open your mouth. Everybody will just be doing something else than what is she even saying? And you are saying something very big. Something you work, you are in the lab the whole life. You want to die there. Now present results. You are doing bedroom voice. Even for people in America right now, Nigerians in America, let us start talking. Whatever you are doing, that's one of the major challenges. Don't feel intimidated. See, it's something that I have seen, even in my own class. I took a class, this class, the professor said, we are going to write code, Python code, in a book. I said, thank you. You are taking it back to Nigerian settings. We always write in books. They don't give us a take-home exam. He said he's not doing take-home exam. You will come here, you take your book, you will not have access to any maybe notepad or internet. You are going to write code in your book. There's one particular guy in my class that, you would think is the one that even taught the professor that work. Anytime, I'll just be looking at him that, okay, we shall see. And we're not even competing, guy. Do you know where I come from? I get families at home, so I'm not here to compete with you. I'm just here to make an impression with this professor because I know what he's for me. Anyways, when we wrote the exam, the man came out. This guy later came to meet me. Wallahi ta'ala, he came to meet me. Did you have prior knowledge about this code? I said, do you know how that work? And I did so many courses online, then I was able to figure out the code, and then I built the function in the paper. That is what I submitted. My sister, when GoFundMe Palava started, another thing is exploring resources. We should not be restricted to certain funding. There are so many inbuilt funding that we can tap from that when you don't go further, you will not be able to exploit. I've seen people with deficits. They will now be using their stipend to pay deficits back over. You will not have money to pay your own house rent, let alone your feeding. Then your life will not be like this. And you are still working in the midst of that. Because the expectation for work is there. They don't send you whether you're the parent or being no parent. So you need to learn how to explore other resources in the school. And one thing I noticed here, if you don't talk to those professors, they don't know your problem because they have their problem going on. If you don't tell them that, hey, I'm currently having issues here. When I reach out to those professors and I told them, I just got this email from the international office and they're making us know that there's no more funding for international. I cannot survive on that. I don't have magic that money. It's not going to work. I have enough bills that recurring bills I cannot run away from. These people came together on a meeting. I have some other international students in the same platform with me. But if you don't talk, you can see somebody, you are in the same department, somebody can be getting more money than you.
Thank you.
Now you know that be open man, then go chance you. My guy, you will not even that's the way they collect money, no go yan you say.
Even in job applications too.
Yeah, you go just talk to hey, my house, hey, God will help you. And Baba they collect steady money. Nobody will tell you until you learn how to open your own mouth and say, can I just have like 15 minutes meeting with you? And then you tell them, they know, most of them have gone through this process before. But until you let them know your problem, that's when they can provide solutions and say, oh, okay, let's see what we can do. You won't believe that one of my professors referred me to another professor because it got complicated that they even gave them rules that they cannot use their personal grants to sponsor us. I had so many people that had to move to Canada when that thing happened because it was terrible at that point. So this professor
I remember you told me.
recommended me to another professor in a different department. She has a grant that is outside my school. It's a contract that is not bounded by my. So it's like they have, like maybe national fund or something that is not connected. That is how I worked for this woman. And I told her the first meeting, it's not about stipend. I'm not fighting for stipend. My tuition, I need something to take care of this tuition, and I need something for my own living expenses. So don't come and give me money that pay school fees. And I'll be working. I cannot work. I'm not eligible to work to pay my house rent. So until you have to let them know your situation that I need tuition waiver and then I need stipend. So yes,
Thank you.
what
Thank you
will I
very
tell
much.
people that are coming in?
Yep. Yep.
Prepare. Having a degree is no longer enough. Join Cargo. Cargo is a global platform. Team with people and do all these projects, because now they even want you to work them project. What have you done? You say you are a machine learning expert. Show us a project that you've done step by step. That funding, the process is getting more intense. So the requirement is they are tightening it, that before we can bring you in, we need more from you. Whatever degree you have can only get you admission. You need to show something exceptional to get you funding. So yes, you need to go extra length now. Take on courses that they will give you certification. Aside from the fact that I have this degree, I have taken several courses in this line. I have worked on projects in this so area with proven results, accuracy of 99.99%. If I have 99% accuracy, my model is working. That's what it means.
Mm-hmm.
So people need to show more. Show more. LinkedIn is there. Connect more with all these professors. And when you eventually make it, anything can change. So you see that your first year impression connects with those professors. What this professor that I was talking about, before you can get here in his class, well, your life will be. Do you know the first key I noticed? Take advantage of what do we call it? Help session, office hours. I will carry my bag and go to his office. I don't do Zoom session with him. And you realize that even your assignment, the two of you can solve it together. If you did not go there, you will never find solution. And guess what? When you go there and you submit, how many minutes later you can see your full grade? So people don't know that all these things, all this omolile that we are always doing in Nigeria, it will not help in this country. You have to go and meet them. And they are happy to see us because most people will not even go. They made it seem like they are all officer. So professor may not even hunt their distance because they know nobody will come. I have never missed that man's office hour. And I got my A, full A grade. He was the one telling me, do you want to take real analysis course? I said, I'll think about that when that time comes. Now, I'm done with you. Please leave me alone. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, people need to do better. We need to be more outspoken about whatever project we are doing. They want to see proof that you are doing these things. It's not just abele something again. We need to be loud about whatever we are doing. So I think that would help new setup, because even while in the system, if you are not well connected to your professors, make good impressions. Be outspoken. On Dean class is not working again. Ask question inside class is important. Let them know you, so that when there is all this new policy, they are taking their funding, they can find a way to keep you somewhere to shield you. That this is a very important, because you will be important when they see that. No, every professor wants good students. Good students, because at the end of the day, we are all building profile. Even professors are still building profile. They want students that they know that if that girl should, all of us really have 24 hours. Professor cannot do, so they need intelligent students that they can put in a space and they can vouch that you will do a good job. So that's why you cannot be lazy in this life. It's not free. You have to work. You have to push yourself, and you have to show effort.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That means we will soon be going now. So that means let me quickly tell us in 2 or 3 minutes, what people need to do if they want to come to Canada, especially come on fully funded scholarship like you did, and how people can contact you if they want to contact you. Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on which social media are you? I know that you are not the Ariwo kind of person, but at least if anybody wants to contact you, how can they contact you and all of that? Oh, I think it's okay. Wait, let me just. I think you are off.
Okay,
I think you are back now. Yes.
Okay, so if you want to come to Canada, when you are in the best.
Say the one you know.
I'll say it like
know.
the little knowledge that I have. One thing that has helped me by doing my own application is networking. Networking works very well here in Canada. Like, for example, some of the projects that I am doing in my department, even in another department, I am working presently with another university, not mine. It's just 10 hours work for me, but it is as a result of networking. So I think networking really works. So if there are workshops you can attend, conferences you can attend, that is, based on your intended line of research, do so. Even if it is just online, ask questions. Let them know that there is someone that is somewhere that is trying to, gain knowledge or something. Network. So then, if you are coming here for a longer, a long-term plan of practically residing here, I would say New Brunswick is still a good province to come. They still have, even though the student stream is no more in use, but they still have relatively, easier pathway to, like the graduate stream and all those. So if you still want to come to New
Yeah.
Brunswick, it is still I don't know a lot about other provinces, but I think it's still easy. Not as easy as it was, but it is still not bad. With the help of God, I think things should still work in our favor. So then to contact me, I'm on LinkedIn as Fakomiti Mary Oluwadamilola. Actually, on every social media account that I have, that is just my name. My full name, my former name is my name. So Fakomiti Mary Oluwadamilola everywhere, Facebook, LinkedIn. I don't have any other name. It's just that. So if
Okay,
you
so
want
people
to link up
can
with me,
contact you
you
if they
can do
want.
that. Yes. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you very
much.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So that they don't give you package ticket. Please move.
You
Please, you can move.
understand because my parking
And then
ticket
thank
is
you
only
for
for
coming.
two
Thank you.
hours. All right.
I know. You can move. Okay, thank you very much. Me, I don't chop package ticket very well. So now let's go to Joyce. So Joyce, what can you add to what Mutia said? We have over 2,000 persons watching us live now. I don't know if you have any additions to what Mutia has said, if concerning getting stabilized here in US. And then I want to answer this question: what are the prospects in US actually? What exactly? What exactly is it after the whole degree? Yes, I mean, what are the prospects? Because for an average Nigerian, it's not even the book. You already had a master's in Nigeria before coming to do another master's in
Yeah.
US, and then doing PhD. All of these joined together, you will have done two PhDs, two
Honest.
PhDs.
Right.
Honest.
I so why are we so at the end of the day, what is the incentive God God said? So
Well, that's actually a very valid question. I was telling someone yesterday, I said I have two masters. If I had combined those 4 years of masters, I'll almost be done with PhD. That's even if I'm not done.
exactly,
So
exactly.
yeah, I think the motivation should not only be about just living. I know we were talking about it on the group. The person who asked the question about all this immigration stuff he has is earning 1.4 million naira in Nigeria and so on like that. And I think my answer was asking yourself why you want to leave. Because the reasons you want to leave would determine whether you would actually tap into the things that exist here. So if you only want to leave because you want to leave Nigeria, you're tired, you will leave, but you will not be prepared for the things that you would see, especially because
Mm,
coming to the US and being a student is not easy.
mm, mhm.
When Theat was talking, I remembered when I came and I was telling my department chair, and he told me to register for 9 credits. I'm like, 9 credits. When I was in undergrad, I was doing 18 credit. I was doing 20 something credit. It was like, don't worry, just register for nine first. And then when I registered for that nine, in fact, if you had told me to register for six, two courses, I would have registered for it. So if you're also not prepared, like you don't know what you're coming into, and that's why you need to network. Talk to people who are in the system. If we tell people
Yes.
how hard it is, they would think it's because we don't want them to come. No, we want you to come,
Mm,
we want you to be here, but you also need to do the work that would make you stay. It's not enough to be here
mm,
alone. I remember the time we were having this our wine advent. It was the last year. and people were talking about what they have faced, what they are currently facing. If they had told anybody, maybe a family member, the person would feel, oh, they are just giving me lamba. But it's the truth. So you need to know the reason why you want to leave Nigeria. If you are looking for greener pasture, then you need to tap into it. Like Mutiat has said, take online classes. I mean, I know the one used to say it's better. I don't know how you say this thing, but it's like having. I
I
can't remember.
rather I rather have what I don't need than need what I don't have.
Exactly. Because by the time you need it and you don't have it, you will cry. Like you would
Yes.
not be happy with yourself and you will not forgive yourself. So have
Yeah.
all of these certifications and put it out there, like Mutiat has said. One other thing that I wanted to add to what Mutiat said is like linking up with students who are in the country who are also doing what you are doing. For
Mm.
instance, if maybe in my field and you want to apply for a PhD, you can connect with people, connect with me. Oh, I have this paper that I want to write. Can I link up with you? My dad is an associate professor
Mhm.
and he still wants to write paper with me. Yes, because he knows that if he publishes it in the US, it gives him credibility. Like
Yeah.
it increases his chances. Now I'm using
Yeah.
him to because I you will pay if I have to write it.
Yes. We,
So for if an adult can do that, then how about we young people? Link up with people, present at conferences, just your name, and put a video out there, like maybe in the conference, what's it called? What's in the column? Maybe conference PowerPoint. Put an
yeah.
introduction of yourself so that if the person is presenting, they will also see you and they will link up with you as well. So
Mm.
link up,
Mm.
write papers, connect on all those other levels. And about the prospects again, it's not like we are here just to have this education. Many people ask me, do you want to go back to your home country? And I tell them yes. At some point, I
Mm.
want to, because I'm not only here to just get all this knowledge. I need to share, especially because of what I'm doing. I'm working, my work is around gender-based violence prevention. There are
Yeah.
some people who are doing that here. They are doing it in Nigeria too, but it's not as pronounced as it is here.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
want to
Yep.
also join that wagon of people who are doing that work in Nigeria. So
Mm-hmm.
prospect to me is making impact back at home in my home country. I don't want to gatekeep the knowledge and the experiences that I have. So that's for
Mm.
me, it's huge. It's a prospect.
Mm.
And being here enables me to get the knowledge, the skills that I can use, even the funding that I can use at home. If
Mm.
I'm applying for
Mm.
grants here, I'm not using it for myself here alone. I'm also going to extend it to whatever work I'm doing back at home. So impact for me is huge and it's one prospect. Another thing is even if you don't want to stay here permanently, just have the skills that you can use for yourself and for other people. And I think one other thing that is very important that I would see as pros because I don't want to go into all those deep because of Boshen law. But I would just say yeah, but I would just say that getting the education here puts you on a map. I'm not saying getting education in Nigeria does not. Yes,
Yep.
it does. But here it gives you an advantage. I have a
Mm-hmm.
bachelor from Adeleke University, Ede,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
where no one in the US knows. Like, I don't even think it's on the map. It's not UI, it's not Unilag,
Yep.
it's not
Yep.
OAU. I
Yep.
have a
Yep.
master's from
The
Adeleke
same school.
University, Ede. Now, I want to say, okay, I want to have a PhD from. Mm-mm. I mean,
Mm-mm.
people
So
who did it is fine, but for me, who I know that I know myself, I know what I want to get out of those certificates. It's not about the name of the school, but it's about what you have gotten from them.
Mm.
My certificate, I say, BA, EDE, MA, EDE, MA, University of Alabama.
Ah, now you are speaking English.
PhD University at Buffalo. And they'll say, "Yeah, come closer, let's talk."
Exactly.
Because they know what you carry. I've gone through Nigerian system, education system, and I tell you that it needs an overhaul.
Yeah, I agree.
Needs like a significant overhaul. Our education system, I'm not going to go into that. People are doing, my father graduated from OAU, he spent 10 years doing PhD.
Yeah.
Me, I don't want to go through that. I don't want to spend 10 years on a PhD that I can do in 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
All of those things add to that prospect that you get. There are
Mm-hmm.
some places where you apply to, they will tell you are overqualified.
Yeah.
You're not wasting your money on those certificates. Even if you have to pay to get those certifications, you're not wasting your money, because at the end of the day, it will work out for you. See Mutiat now. Mutiat is enjoying, see her skin, she's glowing. She's enjoying everything. And that's because she has done the work. She has worked the work. Now it's time for her, and she's still working it. So the prospects are numerous. It's not only about living in the US. It's not only about having 24 hours electricity, even though it's part of it. The other day I was coming home and it was raining, and I just don't know how that shock came to me. I was like, we still have lights, and I just remember that, oh, you're not in Nigeria, you're in the US. So all of
Mm-hmm.
these things also like come together, and you are. Yeah, I don't want it to be like I am overhyping, because yes, there is no country that does not have its pitfalls, but the
Mm-hmm.
pitfall is not your business.
Mm.
Sometimes it could be, but look for the positive side and cling to it, because when the pitfall happens, you have a lifeline to go with. So
Mm.
that's about that for now.
Mm. I mean, that's really nice. Um, and I tell you, that's the only reason why I finished this page. That's really because it gives you access to rooms that ordinarily, and I'm seeing it now actually. I used to say waiting the doctor, but now when I add a doctor to my name, I've
Yeah.
been getting a lot of calls and invites. I said, okay, okay, okay. And
Mm-hmm.
last, it's not with ya. It's
Yeah.
not with ya.
What?
And all of that. Yes. So the fact that you are, and if you have a PhD, you are 1% of the 1% of the people who are highly intellectual in the world, according to statistics. Yes. So yeah, I agree with you. But that's one side. And every Nigerians want to Japa. So what are the Japa pathways, green card pathway for US for the two of you? I mean, I know the EB1, EB2. I think that there's EB3 too. There are many. There are different pathways. But which one is sure now? Because you guys now know it more than me, because it's been long I even did research. I was talking to Mutia yesterday about it. Mutia was giving me update. I say, it's been long I did research on this part. Oh. I've been doing so many things. So I want to know, so that for people who may say, okay, if scholarship may not be possible, is my profile still enough to get me residency in the US?
Do you want me to go first?
Yes, please, because I need
So that's
updates.
the question. So who is answering?
Mutia, Joseph, I need updates.
Which update? I beg go. Okay, so Dr. D, you said for somebody that doesn't have funding, let me get the question right.
Yeah,
Say
so for people that don't have what are if you don't have funding to Japan, to US, you guys and US, what are the alternative pathways for them to US?
yeah, so um anyways, so because these things are everywhere, it's just about exploring the resources to know that I'm even eligible for this thing, to be honest. So, and it's recently that I've started learning a lot about these pathways, that you don't necessarily have to come in as a student to even show that you have something that this country needs, because of course they are big with investment. They want the best people to be in their country, to develop their country. So if you have certain skills with proven records that you have it, they can see the evidence that you do have it. You don't have to come through the study routes to show, or you will be invited. You know, that kind of invitation. You don't even have to go through a study, because I feel like in as much as we that we are already here, we are showing that we have these dual skills. We are bringing
Yeah.
our Nigerian, education experience with maybe work related, research related, and then we are bringing it as a fresh eye, and also learning how things are done in the system here. So that makes us completely unique, because it's not just looking at the system on how it works here, but also bringing experience on how things work or how we have done certain things before. So yeah, there are different pathways like the EB1 and then the EB2 pathway. So, and currently the administration has tightened a lot of things. So it's not just that, it's not like so many people have gone, they've gotten some things. And if you want to follow that same route, it might not work the same way, because now things have changed. Take for instance, if you already have, if you all these things, if you go to UCIS website, you will see it. But it's not just about seeing it, it's about understanding it and see people that have gone through that route and how it worked for them. So first of all, if you already have an advanced degree anywhere in the world, you have an advanced degree, you have a work. So we have a category of EB2. We have
Okay.
two categories. This one
Okay.
should be another session entirely. But anyway,
Yeah. No, no, no.
category.
It's just to give tips. It's just
Yeah.
give tips.
Okay. So yeah, the EB2 category is showing that you have, so we have the national interest waiver, and then we have the uh um
Ability.
uh say that again,
Extraordinary ability.
exceptional ability category. So for
Yeah.
the first category, saying that you already have an advanced degree, but
Mm-hmm.
now it's not like I have BSc in Greek, I have masters in IT. No, that's what you will see funny examples on the website. I even laugh like, hey, God, I beg. Not like you are transitioning anyhow and you want to transition to their system. No, they want consistency. They want to show, okay, my background is in statistics. Okay, I'm now doing my master's in Boya statistics. Abi o fe mo mo data science mo kore. Those ones they are still friends.
Yeah.
So you can tell them that, oh, you can find a blend. And then now
Yeah.
you have proven records to show that, and with a lot of jara that you have done in that field. It's not just the
Mm-hmm.
degree, they show you professional. So you cannot just be lazy to get, they want, like I said, they are screening best people to come in.
Yeah.
So it's not
Mm-hmm.
just I have the degree alone. You have to show a lot of things that are shown that you have a proven track record in that field for you to
Mm-hmm.
be able to get that waiver. So employment based means that you are eligible to come in, and that alongside will get you to the green card level. But these things comes in
Mm-hmm.
phases. So the EB1 is saying that you are the top 1%. So usually they even categorize like professors, doctors in that field. So if you want
Yep.
to show that we are not there, we are not that one yet, you must have done a lot of things. It's not even, you cannot fake it.
No be mouth.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's by blood and sweat. Like your evidence for them to see that you have done this thing and you are eligible for it. And once they've done their findings and they know that you truly qualify for all these things that you have said, of course, they will give it to you because they want the best. You are coming to do something for them. So it's still not free at the end of the day. You are coming to improve whatever research wise you say you are doing. So you
Mm-hmm.
will be, so like I said, it doesn't have to be academics. It doesn't have to be through study routes. You have been doing something really amazing in Africa, in Nigeria, wherever you are. You have proven record for it. You have advanced degree in so field that is
Mm-hmm.
connected having your undergraduate. In fact, there's another category that if you have an undergraduate degree in, let's say, IT, and then you have
Mm-hmm.
5 years work experience, you are as well
Mm-hmm.
eligible. Please be careful because now I said they've tightened it. So it's not like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm doing my 4-year BSc program. So in my first year, I got maybe a TA or RA position in the department. So you started
Mm-hmm.
counting work experience from While you are still in that program that I'm helping one of my professors to write the paper, you say no, you must be conferred, you must have graduated from that degree. Then we will not start
Exactly.
your work and your work experience now said it must be related to that degree that you say you graduated from. It's not that you do
Mm-hmm.
high. You're not say that now I'm now in a you understand? They must see
Yeah,
that consistent with
yeah, you
whatever
must.
you are doing. So if you can prove that, and that 5 years starts after you have graduated, then you are eligible with a lot of writing.
Mm.
You
Yeah,
must prove
right.
it for them. You must, and you are not writing research. It's not like you're writing project. If you use big grammar, like you're writing, they'll say, hey, this one is a research work. This one, how
Mm.
to explain it to us on a national and global level. How is this thing
Mm.
contributing to our economy? What are the
Mm-hmm.
statistics? What are the figures? What are they saying in this line? Until you're able to prove that is a rigorous process. But if you can, then welcome to the United States.
You also need people that can speak up for you, like in terms of recommendation. At the end of the day, some people do
Yep.
need because of the
You need like 10 recommenders,
yeah that they have done.
people in
But
your field, people
yeah,
that are not in your field, but they found your work useful
yeah,
in their
yeah,
own field.
yeah,
So it's not, if you go on the website, you can see it. So you can read it like you're reading ABC because you will need that to digest every
Mm.
single section. And
yeah.
then you
Mm.
can, people are getting it from everywhere in the country that they are not
Everyone.
in the US. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
also,
So,
sorry, let me add to that, D1. In
okay.
terms of that recommendation, that's why we always advise that you still keep in touch with your people. In fact,
Mm.
I didn't know how much of that connection is important or how much that was important until I
On,
started looking for committee on my
Yeah.
and they will tell you that the people who you put on your committee, they are like they are expected to stand with you through it all. Like
Yeah.
when you're looking for job, when you're applying
Hmm.
for anything, like they
Like
make
they are your,
oh
yeah.
yes, like they are your if you
So you
don't
have
have
to
this
carefully select.
about exactly. So you
Yeah.
have to carefully select people that can speak for you. That's how important having a recommender is. So all those your
mm.
professors that you think we are gone, we are we are no longer together, you need to look for them. My
Mm-hmm.
professor in undergrad, who was my professor and also um the chair of my department of my advisor. What am I saying? Yeah, my advisor. We still keep in touch till date. Like if any issue, I've texted him, Dr. T. This and this is what is happening. So you need to also keep that connection so that when you need people to
Mm.
speak for you, they will do it without flinching.
And then another
Mm.
thing
Mm.
is, in as much as we always need to go back to these people for maybe recommendation, is good because life is dealing with everybody, even your professors. They're then just once in a while you can just send them an email or call them just to check up on them. No,
Yep.
you're
Nothing
not
has
leaving them.
Mm.
So the day you will call them and you actually need it, they know that oh she's a good. You have seen so many people in that space that they need their professors to write the recommendation letter and they say, they cannot even remember you again. Now you are coming that no, it doesn't work like that. Yeah.
Yep. Mm. 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 I mean that's true. That's true. That's true. What you have said now made me remember. That's why knowledge is always versatile. I just remember that way to have not thanked my PhD committee
Good.
members. I forgot. I just remember now. So
you
as we are
supposed
finishing
buy
this,
them
I've not thanked.
Ankara. Tell
I've
me
not thanked them.
do Ankara for them.
No, because my mind was even out of it. So I was my mind.
You
I
can
just
even
remember
do
that
like
way
a
to.
get together. Just
Yeah.
invite
Yeah,
them.
I'll just send message. Like you guys say, I'll just send message. Ẹ kú ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu, ẹ ṣé o, and all of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I mean, thank you guys very much. I don't know. Is there anything that we've not talked about? Otherwise, you can just talk about. I mean, we still have a session on Friday. I mean, two of you are there, where we have to dive deeper into parenting in
Ah,
abroad. That one, and
Ulofa.
maybe with that one, maybe I have to go and do much more. What do we call it? Much subscription so we can use YouTube because I want people to be seeing people's faces. Because
Actually.
that Twitter and the Twitter
Ah,
will not do what I want. Just remind me.
Yes, I will.
Let me just increase. Let me just increase this one. So we'll take it to YouTube. I want to see people's faces and reactions that day because this voice could go do. So
Yeah,
we'll take it on
some of them
YouTube and
will
we'll do it like
I
this.
was thinking about it.
Yes, Yeah, so that everybody can, it's not like Twitter. But yes, thank you guys for coming. I really really appreciate your time. Joyce, if anybody wants to contact you, how can they contact you? You know,
LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter, even though I only scroll on Twitter. But I'm on LinkedIn. My name is Joyce Jekanyolua. On Instagram is a little bit different. It's JAY. I mean that's long. Just contact me on LinkedIn. That's Jekanyolua. On Twitter too is Joyce Jekanyolua. Facebook, yeah,
okay.
same. It's just Instagram that is different. But yeah,
Mm.
Twitter, LinkedIn, I try as much as possible to be very like proactive on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
I
you can
know,
type your full name on the chat box. I'll put it
okay,
on the general comments so that people can follow up with you.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
so that people
trying
can follow,
just to make.
because there are a lot of people wants to do your course who are interested in gender mutilation and something like that, female
Hey,
gender mutilation and all that.
gender, what did you call them?
Female gender mutilation. Sorry.
Hey, God, I beg.
I mean, no better. I beg.
Oh God.
So I mean, for people who are interested in your research area and all of that, and they want to just, just say I and all of that. I know that a lot of people just want to say, please, how did you get scholarship? Come and hold my hands and all of that. Just send them to us, Japa Consult, let them come and pay and go and be asking questions. But if you see people, if you spot potentials, and I do that a lot, when I see that you have potentials, this person just need one or two guidance, I just bring them on and all of that. But if you know that they are lazy, let them come and pay. You cannot be lazy and don't have money.
But the thing is,
Now when you go pick,
you shouldn't even be lazy because grad school does not afford laziness.
I know they won't understand.
Like this, we are still working. You cannot be lazy in grad school. If not,
Mm.
I got B one time like this. I wept because I did not expect it. And ever since
Yeah,
I told myself I am not going to have that grade again.
Hmm.
But not to
yeah,
have the grade again, it takes work because you are
yes.
teaching, you're grading, you're doing work in your department. You also have to develop yourself professionally. You attend conferences, you do a lot of things, so you cannot afford to be lazy. Procrastination, maybe, yeah, sometimes, but not laziness. It's
Exactly,
Well,
exactly, exactly, exactly. Thank you very much. Yes, I know you have a whole lot of foundation. You have a whole lot of
yeah.
community. And I told Ikram last week. I said I'm just sensing that she should have started a whole lot of um, maybe Twitter or maybe community, big community
Mhm.
that can encourage people. I know that you are still busy now, but I need you to. I don't know if you are thinking of that. What kind of community are you thinking of? And what's the aim so that I can help you amplify it?
Yeah. So like the name foundation. So it was a lot of thinking that how do we also give back to the community? Because there are so many potentials in Nigeria. We have so
Yeah,
many amazing brain. Oh God, people are doing a lot. It's just like getting a push, just somebody to see them. The first time the professor told me that when I had 98, I cried. My husband was there. I cried. The way he talked about me, it's been a while. I heard somebody talk about me like that. Like, this is exceptional. He has never seen anybody like that. So it made me felt seen. Like, so all this book that I'm always reading. So it is a lot for somebody, a professor to acknowledge.
yeah.
Yeah, I cried. So and it takes me back that there are so many people
Mm,
that they have these skills, even some people better than you, but they have not seen that opportunity, they have not seen
of
that
course.
platform to showcase themselves
Mm,
and just to show the world what they can really do. So yeah, so the
mm,
She Smart Foundation, I'm fully registered now. So it's a non-profit organization. So I'm not making money out of it because I cannot do that here. So yeah, so I don't
yeah.
want to one. I'm not looking for one money that will put me in trouble anyways. Yes, because it's gonna come anyways, but let's take it one step at a time. We don't want to do anything
Mm-hmm.
illegal. No, no, we're not doing that
Yep.
here. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
so the foundation embodied four different teams. So we're looking at the education. I would say I'm not being too gender based. but the she smart is more feminine, right? So we're targeting
Mm-hmm.
more women, let's say women that they have like career break when they were raising family, maybe through pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
motherhood, and then
Okay.
you have career breaks in between, and you don't know how to get started again because it's a lot. You need
Okay.
a whole community that can hold you and let you, because women, we are naturally multitasking and blessed. There's so much you can. I say there's a reason why God has given us that grace to birth, to stretch
Yeah.
that far too. So it's telling you that this thing, it depends on how you are willing to push it.
Use it.
Yeah, so that's why I said it's more she, it's more feminine. And then also I'm
Mm.
trying to see how we can increase awareness. Let's start from high school level, because my career wise, it was my sister that chose it for me, and I'm grateful that she was educated enough to
To
see me and see
see
what
what you cannot
I'm
see.
good at.
Mm.
She said, the way you like this mathematics, you have to do mathematics. And I'm
Hmm.
so grateful for that career wise. And there are so many people in that situation that they don't have the right people to pick their career wise. If
Right.
she had
I
pushed me,
agree.
boya biology, abi problem ó máa wà.
Or,
Because
or Yoruba.
àbí
Yeah.
Yorùbá, Yoruba education, kí ni mo
Yeah,
fẹ́ ṣe
you
nínú ẹ̀
back.
Yes.
láyé mi? So yeah,
Yes.
so we want a community that can see potential right from high school level, and even introduce some people. If you are still talking about data science, AI, machine learning, they are still like naive. There are so many amazing apps out there now that we can start introducing it right from high school level. So it's something that I'm
Mm.
looking for collaborations. I want like-minded people that they can see the
Mm.
is more about feminine. I talk about beauty. Beauty was part of the team that women, the way our body go through a lot, we also need to prioritize taking care of that body. And most often
Mm.
we forget that part. Maybe
Mm.
motherhood, you are parenting, or different phases, career wise. You can see a professor that will be looking like, hey God, even you that is student, you will have to start removing some things from your body. That why am I looking like I'm the one that employ my own organ?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm.
That's to tell you that we get
Mm.
so carried away that we forget ourselves.
Hmm.
So, and then of
Mm.
course, we are trying to see how we can bring data science into the space for women in education, women that already have like career breaks in between, and also
Nice.
beauty, taking care of our body. Yeah. So I just official. In fact, they just approved me some days ago. So if you go and check on this website now, you will see that I have maybe 2 or 3 subscribers. So it's something I'm really pushing.
Nice.
I want people to please subscribe because we are going to have amazing.
Please, we go subscribe. We go subscribe. I bet once you start interviewing people, call me. I did.
Yes, of course I will invite you, and then
That's it.
I'm
Don't say
still.
because she's smart. Me too. He's smart. We'll put
It's
smart there.
So yeah, so that's the aim. And then aside that, you can find me on LinkedIn. My name is Mutiat Hosman. So if you search on LinkedIn, you can see that, and we can connect. If you have, if you are like-minded, you are more than welcome. I want team of amazing women. Of course, I said I'm not going
Yeah.
to database, but that's the team is majorly focusing on women. But yeah, we are open to collaboration and just to do this in the right way. Yep.
I'm interested.
Mm.
Let me know how I can
Please,
come.
baby, come
I don't
here.
know maths.
Let's be part
I
of the
don't
team.
know
We
maths.
will talk about this. We'll talk about this. And then we have another session coming up on
Yep.
Friday.
Yes. On
This is
Friday. That one is
Okay.
that
because
one. That one.
it's
I know
very
you guys have a lot
going to be
to
raw.
talk about. Yeah.
Conversation will be raw. We will not hold mouth. It will
That
because
one.
real
Say it
life.
as it is. Don't. Me, I'll
As
just be
far
looking. Just is the moderator. I'll just be looking at you like this.
I
But
know, you will
reality,
just be there and be looking
My
because
sister
I'll
was
just be
my
looking.
my sister
in
said,
fact
"Oh,
you
you
have
don't
to
have a
carry your
choice now."
tissue because you feel cry for that
Yeah.
session. So we
Yeah.
have
Yeah. It's a really emotional one.
how vulnerable we can be.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
okay.
I
Yeah.
need people
So
to come out
and we
and
need intentional people.
yes, and ask
We are not doing
questions.
anything wrong. It's just
No, people will come. People will come and ask
yeah,
questions for
yeah.
sure.
So I guess we'll see again
Thank
on
you.
Friday.
On Friday.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. So,
Do you,
guys,
anytime you call us, we are always
yeah, of
call
course,
once.
you know my
Call
people.
We are always there.
You know, you are my people. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. This is almost 2 hours, 1 hour 59 seconds. So we
Okay.
have 2,410 people viewing us live,
Wow, that's a
which is
lot of
really, really
people.
commendable.
Wow.
Yeah, so guys, I'm sure you must have learned a lot. So on Friday, you're going to see part two of this. Joyce is the moderator. Chance is one of the speakers. We have about five more speakers who will be telling us about motherhood. It's really, really. I want to learn. I want to see from women's perspective what they've been going through, schooling, managing home, especially those that are not with their husbands
Yeah.
and children. What they have been doing, how are they coping? And I want to see the way it is. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming. So, guys, we're going to see again. We should do another session, one or two sessions, maybe in July again, and then yeah, that will be next year again. So, I want to be doing this session for the Japa Stories June and July, so we have enough presence and time to do it. Thank you guys, and God bless you guys. So I'm going to see you guys again. Let me end the stream so that I can talk our private talk. Okay, guys, thank you. See you and bye.